Excellent. Okay. So my name is Brenda Geary. Welcome everyone to our presentation this evening. Tonight you're going to be hearing about some amazing health and wellness products, an incredible opportunity. We thank you for your time. We know that you all are very, very busy and that you could be doing any number of things. So we want to thank you for your time. But we also know that the information that you're going to hear tonight is going to be extremely valuable. And so you're going to definitely want to get back to the person that invited you tonight and thank them for thinking about you and the fact that you're going to get value from all this information. So let me go ahead and share my screen here and introduce myself to you all. So tonight we're going to be talking about LifeVantage. LifeVantage is a company that's in the nutrigenomics space. Nutrigenomics is using plant-based ingredients to impact how our genes express. And really the goal is for all of us to have optimal wellness, healthy aging, healthy longevity. And we're going to talk to you about how we at LifeVantage do that. So who's going to be sharing with you this evening? I'm going to start us off tonight. My background, just so that you know a little bit about why I'm so passionate about sharing this information. My background is I was in corporate America. I was a very successful vice president of human resources for almost 2 decades. And I loved what I did. I loved helping people. I loved being a business partner. And then life happened for me. Life happened for me in the form of me getting sick. And because of my health journey, I have become incredibly passionate about teaching people how not to have my story. And as we're sharing this information, I want you to understand that with our company, we don't make any claims that our products treat, cure, or mitigate any diseases. We also don't make any income claims. Everyone's results are based upon their own personal efforts, right? So, but for me and my story, I got really sick. I had a number of debilitating health issues that absolutely impacted my quality of life. And at my sickest, I was in bed 20 hours a day on 24 prescription medications. And I wasn't living, you guys. I was just existing. And I was praying for a solution to come into my life so that I could regain just a little bit of quality of life. And that solution came to us in August of 2011 when we were introduced to this company. And when I saw an ABC primetime investigative report that absolutely made sense to me, and when I saw that ABC primetime, I thought, what if this could help me? The science made sense to me. And I thought, what if this could help me? I also thought, quite honestly, I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And because I said yes, it'll be 9 years ago this August, I have my life back, and we've been able to bless so many people by sharing this information. So let's get into it. Our company is focused on the idea that we are helping you flip the switch to feel better and do more. There are actually pathways in our bodies, and I really believe that our bodies do it better from a health and wellness perspective. So we're really focused on flipping the switch for optimal wellness. I want you guys to think about this. We literally are being hijacked every single day. There are tons of environmental factors that are impacting our health and wellness. There are things that we have control over, and then there are things that we don't have control over. I want you to think about the food and water, the food that we eat, pesticides, fungicides, processed foods, our environment. We've got pollution, we've got sun damage, mold and mildew, and those types of things, and the things that are in our personal care products. You know, right now with what's happening with the pandemic and all those stressors that come from that, and then also technology, overstimulation, EMFs. So there's all these factors, there's all these external factors that are driving our wellness being hijacked. And so, and also, did you know that just in the, since the Industrial Revolution, that 85,000 chemicals have been introduced into the environment. And all of that has a negative impact on our overall wellness. So we can do as much as possible to try to eliminate some of these, right, by our personal choices. But for the most part, this is just a part of living in the 21st century, and all of those factors have an impact on dimming the light, literally dimming the light at a cellular level for overall wellness. So what does that look like for you? What does that look like for me? It means that those environmental factors, that dimming the light, is having an impact on decreased immune system, on brain fog. There's a chat here, put in there, do you guys experience brain fog? Anyone experiencing sluggishness or lack of motivation? Increased stress. Again, a lot of environmental factors right now driving an increase in stress. People aren't working. People are wondering where they're going to get their income from. And then also fatigue, right? So this is what dimming the light feels like. So if that's how it feels like, what's actually happening is really going on at the cellular level, and it's those things that are dimming the light. So it's these things in our body, and it's oxidative stress, it's mitochondrial decline, and it's a decline in sirtuin activity and some other things that we're going to talk about as well, right? So those are all factors that are dimming the light. So science has discovered a way that we can actually turn these genes on, okay? And that these genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. So what if you could actually leverage those genes? What if you could flip the switch? Would you? So what I want to do right now is I want to show you an ABC Primetime investigative report that features the very first switch that we flip. It's all about oxidative stress. Now, this ABC Primetime report, we're sharing it with you because it's literally the start of the LifeVantage story. Back in 2005, our company made a claim, and that claim is that our flagship product, Protandim NRF2, reduces oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. That was a huge claim because there's nothing else on the market that reduces oxidative stress by that amount. It seemed too good to be true. So ABC, the executives at ABC, they sent John Quinones, an Emmy Award investigative reporter, to an investigation of LifeVantage. So I'm going to show that ABC Primetime for you right now. And then a lot has happened since then, and I'll come back and I'll get you back up to speed. And as you're watching this ABC Primetime, I want you to think about this. If this is true, who needs to know about this?
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. Here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. Exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks, even mental disease. Yes, depression, Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
Okay. So oxidative stress, right? You just heard it described as rusting from the inside out. It literally is like you take a bite of an apple and it turns brown. That's what's happening in all the cells of our body, right? And so what we've learned is that our bodies produce antioxidant enzymes, okay? And their job is to maintain the health of our cells. But as we age, the production of these antioxidant enzymes goes down, and that's what causes that oxidative stress. So our company has figured out how to flip that switch by activating that NRF2 pathway. So we're using 5 plant ingredients. It's the synergy of those 5 that literally flip the switch, and we're lowering that oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And you guys, you heard what Dr. McCord said about everything that is impacted. Every organ function is impacted by the damage of oxidative stress. So by lowering the oxidative stress, we're literally turning on your body's own enzymes to slow down that rusting on the inside. Okay, so the way that the mechanism that Protandim NRF2 works is by flipping the switch on that NRF2 pathway. And there's a lot of research going on right now in the medical community, in the research community, about the importance of turning on that pathway. Doctors at Washington State University actually did a review paper and looked at everything that was out there about NRF2 activation. And their key takeaway was that NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. The NRF2 may become the most extraordinary big breakthrough in the history of health. That is a powerful statement. There have been so many medical advancements, and here we have doctors looking at this activation as a major medical advancement. Now, there are pharmaceutical companies that are actually chasing down the science of creating pharmaceutical NRF2 activators. But what people are looking for, and more you're finding that people are looking for natural options, and our NRF2 activator is all natural, and it's the most powerful on the market. So the LifeVantage approach, again, is the idea that as we age, that the production of the antioxidant enzymes goes down. With the LifeVantage approach, what you get is that there's a steadiness, that you literally, in the science, you cannot tell the difference. After being on Protandim for 30 days, you cannot tell the difference in the blood of a 20-year-old and in the blood of an 80-year-old, because we're turning on that antioxidant production. Now, in the past, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. The difference is supplementation versus activation. The difference is we've been taught in the past to take antioxidants in the form of the foods that we're eating, the fruits and veggies, in the form of vitamin C, vitamin E, even resveratrol in wine creates antioxidants, right? Those are called direct antioxidants. But what science teaches us is that those aren't strong enough, because our bodies make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trillions of free radicals every single day. And these direct antioxidants only neutralize free radicals at a rate of 1 to 1. So one antioxidant that you consume will neutralize one free radical, it binds and it's gone. The better approach is the idea of when you turn your body's antioxidant enzymes on, just one of your enzymes will neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, every second. That is a huge difference. So then, because of that ABC prime time, researchers reached out to LifeVantage so that they could do their own research on Protandim NRF2. And this research sits at this website called pubmed.gov. PubMed is an arm of the National Institute of Health. And so now, fast forward 11 years, and we have 26 published peer-reviewed papers on our all-natural Protandim NRF2 activator. And peer-reviewed research is the gold standard of medical validation. So we have papers that have, we have research that's been conducted by Harvard and Colorado State and LSU, very well-respected research institutions. And these papers, this research has been published in very prestigious journal magazines, okay? So it's a big deal. There's no other branded supplement that has the number of peer-reviewed research papers that Protandim does. So then, because we're a company that really is looking at how do we optimize healthy aging at all levels. So we figured out the oxidative stress theory of aging, and then we began to look at mitochondrial health and sirtuin health activity. So mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. That's where we get our cellular energy. Think about that battery that you just saw. Here's the problem. As we age, our bodies make less mitochondria and our mitochondria become damaged. Think about that. If the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell, and as we age, that battery goes down, think about the impact on our overall wellness. So we have again figured out how to take plant ingredients, 5 plant ingredients, put them together. So we actually flip this switch called the NRF1 switch, and you're actually turning on your body's ability to, when you increase production of that NRF1 pathway, the NRF1 genes by nearly 70%. So literally what we're doing is we're telling the body to make more mitochondria and to repair damaged mitochondria. Think about that impact to your overall wellness when the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. You're supercharging your mitochondria again. And then we look at the issue of sirtuin decline. And once again, you guys, you're hearing a consistent theme here, is things that are working naturally in our bodies, as we age, they decline. So we have sirtuins, and the sirtuins are like the manager of the cell. They literally are responsible for how the overall cell works. And they also get rid of the cellular waste, the cellular trash, the trash that our cells make. But as we age, that sirtuin production goes down and that sirtuin activity slows down. So you guessed it, right? You guessed it. We figured out a way to turn on sirtuin activity. And we do that by activating this NAD protein messenger. So we've got 4 plant ingredients come together and they flip the switch so that your body, literally, you're increasing sirtuin activity by 100% in just 24 hours. Now people have known about NAD. One way to increase sirtuin activity is by severe caloric restriction. About 600 to 700 calories a day increases sirtuin production by about 96%. But that's not sustainable and it's not healthy long-term, right? And then there are actually some companies out there that have NAD products, but guess what? They only increase sirtuin activity by just 2%. Protandim NAD increases that sirtuin activity by 100% in 24 hours. So you're getting, you're getting rid of that cellular waste, which is so incredibly important. So what happens in the cell when you're able to flip those 3 switches, all 3 of them, for optimal wellness? There is a huge synergy in the 3 products being used together. Look at the gray. As I've described, each of the 3 protandims individually have a tremendous benefit in our bodies. And then the company said, well, let's take a look at, is there a synergy? Is there a benefit to all 3 protandims being consumed at the same time? And you see that exponentially the impact for each of the protandims there. So, from a foundational wellness perspective at the cellular level, it is the protandim tri-synergizer. So are you ready to flip the switch, right? What does that mean for you? What does flipping the switch mean for me from a wellness perspective? Because that's the goal. So when you flip the switch and you're reducing oxidative stress and you're working on mitochondrial function and sirtuin activity, you're supporting positive mood and motivation. It's supporting healthy longevity, improving mental focus and concentration, supporting a healthy inflammatory response, boosting mental and physical energy, and supporting healthy vascular system. Those are the benefits that come from flipping the switch at the cellular level. And that again is our protandim tri-synergizer. So we're a wellness company, and the foundation of our wellness company is working from the inside out, but we also work from the outside in. And we've got other products that complement what the tri-synergizer does. We have a vitality stack. We have Axio. Axio is liquid brain food. It helps with mental focus and mental concentration. We have a probiotic. You guys, 80% of our immune health starts in our gut. The gut is our second brain. It's so critically important for immune function, especially right now with everything that's going on in the environment. And so what's really important about a good probiotic is how much of the healthy bacteria survives the stomach acid and gets to the gut. And most probiotics on the market only have a 4% survival rate. Only 4% of that good bacteria survives the stomach acid. Because of the technology that we have a 60 to 70% survival rate, and it's time released, and it has another technology called Wellmune, which is an immune system enhancer. And then we have an omega, and omegas are super important to overall cell health as well. And then we have a physique weight management system where we have a whey protein. We have a prebiotic, and you guys, if you're taking a probiotic, you absolutely need a prebiotic, because prebiotic is basically the fertilizer or the food for your probiotic. And we have a fat burn that's unique in that it targets the visceral fat. We have a True Science skincare line. LSU, Louisiana State University, was one of those universities that was interested when they saw the primetime report in what could lowering oxidative stress do for skin cancer. And because of the research that they did, and we now have 3 published studies, if you guys are interested, go find them on pubmed.gov, on the benefits of Protandim, right? So they said, can we take the science of what Protandim NRF2 does in the body and create a topical application? So we have the first NRF2 patented skincare on the market. It's a 4-piece system, literally slowing down aging from the outside in. And then we have True Science hair care, and we also have Pet Tandem for dogs. And you guys, our furry friends are our best friends, right? And dogs have actually more oxidative stress than humans. They age faster. And so people started giving their dogs and horses Protandim because they saw the benefits that humans were receiving. And we have tons of fantastic results for dogs and horses, okay? You can go to YouTube and take a look at them, right? But if these other products, if you're interested in learning more details about them, just ask the person that invited you to watch this evening to give you more detail on those, right? So I want to stop sharing now because you guys have now heard the benefits of our health products. And 80% of LifeVantage is simply people that are interested in the health benefits of our products. When I saw the ABC Primetime, I was all in. And I'm so grateful that I said yes, and my husband as well. Then we also took a look at the business. And you guys, I have a human resources background. And in 2008, 2009, when the economy crashed, it was my job to fly around the world, laying off 60% of my employee population. It was devastating. And here we are today in 2020. And what we saw back then is what we're experiencing now. People are looking for ways to make money, to create income from home. So what I want to do is I want to turn this over now to John. He's been an amazing business partner with my husband and I. He's absolutely incredible. My husband and I said yes to this because we wanted to create another source of income. Everybody, I tell people, do your job because you love it or because it pays the bills, but everyone should have another stream of income for if life happens. So John, I want folks to know who's sharing the business piece with them tonight. John has been married for 20 years to his beautiful wife, Sandy. They have a daughter, Roxy, a long coat German Shepherd. Remember we talked about fur babies. John earned his BA Mass Communications from USF and has worked in media advertising for over 25 years. John has been awarded top advertising director in the nation twice. He loves to spend time with his family, working out, travel, hunting, fishing, cooking, and building his home-based business. John, it's my pleasure to do this with you tonight, and I turn it over to you. Oh, let me unmute you. Let's see. Here we go. I gotta unmute you. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. Well, Brenda, thank you. What an awesome job telling us about our amazing products and technology. Like Brenda mentioned, my background's in media and advertising, and I really like what I did, but there were some really major things that happened in my life before I saw LifeVantage that made me extremely receptive. Number one, when I was in high school, my dad had a massive heart attack. He lived 20 years later than that, but he damaged, his heart attack was so bad that he damaged his heart. He was actually having up to only 25% capacity the rest of his life. And so that was always in the back of my mind. It's like, man, whatever I can do. You know, my dad was a great athlete in high school and college. And so some of the other things that were big for me was I'm the youngest of 6 boys in my family, and 4 of them are gone. I'm 56, and it's like, wow. So I know that there's a need out there for people to understand our technology and to understand how we can tell people about these pathways in the body that we can tap into, and that we can flip switches in our body to feel better, to perform better, and to live longer. But the real big thing too was, with my job, I love what I do, but I was on the road a lot, and I like my wife more than I do my job. And so having freedom for my family was a big thing. And a big thing that happened was in 2004, I started a new job, and everything that could have gone right did. I was able to almost double revenues, and all this good stuff was happening. But the recession of 2008 and 9 came along, and I saw millions of dollars of new revenue that I brought in go away, and it really hit me alongside the head. And I started to really think that, guess what? What if I ever leave this job? I want to develop a leveraged income. I want to develop that financial safety net for my family, that in case something happened to me or something happened to my wife, guess what? They would be taken care of. There would be a leveraged income that would come in. One of the really, really cool things is Warren Buffett says, find a way to make money when you sleep. And for me, it's like, hey, I can't sell media and advertising 24/7 because I have to sleep and do other things. And so it made me really think about, hey, what if we could develop something that you can start it, you can work, and guess what? It'll keep coming no matter what. It keeps rolling in from the work that you did previously, to dig that well before you're thirsty. Steve Jobs said something a while back that was amazing too. He said, I think the biggest innovations of the 21st century will be at the intersection of biology and technology. A new era is beginning. And so it's really, really cool. When I saw this, I had a client call me, and when I got done meeting with him, I was excited because those things I mentioned earlier made me extremely receptive. I was looking, and I wanted more out of life. And a lot of times we want to be able to have, don't let a good life get in the way of a great life. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about LifeVantage. LifeVantage is an 11-year-old company, and they're headquartered in Utah. One of the really cool things I love about this company is it's publicly traded. The ticker is LFVN. And so many times it's not what you say about yourself, it's what other people say about you. And with LifeVantage, whenever you look at a business opportunity and look at the company, I highly suggest you look and see who's investing in that company. And if you take a look at LifeVantage of our investors, I mean, you could probably put the brakes on right when you get to BlackRock. BlackRock has over $7 trillion in assets. They're one of our biggest stockholders. And then you've got JP Morgan and Vanguard, and the list goes on and on of very reputable places. And BlackRock has divisions of people who do research on companies. So a real comfort to know that, guess what, we got some major heavy hitters that really have done their homework and have invested in our company. Our company's debt-free, which is huge. How many companies are debt-free today? Okay, really good thing that way too. Our board of directors has a lot of heavy hitters and huge experience from companies like Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, S.E. Johnson, and we also have Aaron Brockovich, who sits on our board as well. So, amazing supportive cast with our company. Another major point when you're looking at a business opportunity is trends, okay? Never in history has there ever been more people concerned about their health. And if you look at the chart over to the side there to the right, all those different industries, wellness has increased 60% plus in sales the last 8 years. And so, what am I going to put? Am I going to invest in fax machines or something that's an outdated industry, or am I going to invest in cutting edge technology, something that is really, at the forefront of in nutrigenomics? We're leading the whole charge in that industry. When you look at our company, if you look at all the different quadrants that are represented there, it's over 600 billion. And we took that original Nerve2 technology that Brenda talked about, and we took it into skincare, we took it into hair care and the pet care, like Brenda mentioned with the pet product. We put our German Shepherd on it. We've had 2 German Shepherds now, and the first one had autoimmune arthritis, and it was just amazing to see what was going on with that dog. Axio, amazing product that has nerve through technology for the brain, our weight loss system. So those combined to 600 billion. So we have the right products for the right timing. And the perfect business model. Okay, one thing that I really, really love about this opportunity is, a lot of people get involved in it and they still have income A going. They're still working a job. So you know what? That does not diminish or stop you, because you can develop a business of your own and work it in the nooks and crannies, evenings and weekends, and you can get creative with your schedule and you can make it work. And so it's very comforting to know that, guess what? You don't have to quit. Some businesses you have to quit income A and jump right into something. This is nice that you can continue to develop it on the side along with it. Along with that, we have a virtual office and you can work from anywhere. If you've got a Wi-Fi, if you've got a smartphone and a computer, you can work from anywhere there's Wi-Fi. I'm kind of a crazy outdoorsman in South Dakota. I like to hunt and fish, and I could be in the middle of a hunt and I'm pulling my phone out and it's like, wow, look at 3 more people got in my business while I've been hunting deer today. And it's like my buddies are rolling their eyes a little bit laughing, but it's really cool to have a mobile business wherever you go, instead of sitting stuck in an office all day. And this is hoping people come into my business today to give me business. You can go out and make business happen, which is cool. Another thing too is no inventory requirements. There's a lot of businesses out there where you have to stock up a room or a garage full of stuff, which I really didn't want to do. So this is exciting that we don't have to here. And if you look at traditional businesses, usually there's some really big red flags that pop up in traditional business. Number one is capital outlay. Okay, low entry cost here. We don't have to worry about that. Employees, and if you've ever been an employee yourself, you can be such a pain. Brenda could probably tell some stories about that over the years. And accounts receivable. So guess what? The big 3 negatives are crossed out right away, which is a great place to start. People have to go, if they go to your website and order a product or become a distributor, guess what? They have to use a valid credit card or debit card. So no balance checks. It's a beautiful thing. Social sharing. You can build your business sitting at home on your computer. You can learn how to build a business by social sharing. I have a business in about 8 different countries with my business. I've met people around the world, and they're part of my business today from being able to share, socially on different networks. So it's a cool way, and especially with the COVID-19 pandemic, all that stuff's going on out there, and we're wearing masks. It's pretty comforting to be able to sit at home and to be able to develop your business right from the comfort of your home where it's safe. So another really cool plus. You have your personal online store, which is absolutely amazing. You have a website, a replicated website. And the neat thing about that is, guess what? When you spend some time to develop a network around the world, pretty soon you're going to have replicated websites all over. And whenever someone orders something, guess what? It kicks into your ID number. And that comes from a warehouse that you don't have to pay for and pay rent on. You don't have to ship it. The company takes care of so many of the hassles of business, where our job's pretty easy. All we have to do is set up that distribution network and find the end result, find the end means to set up that web. So it's just really, really cool. All right. And like I mentioned before, you can, in daily bonus, it's nice to get paid right away, which our company's doing now. And like I said, travel, you can build your business wherever you can find Wi-Fi, wherever you want to build it. Being a publicly traded company, it's really a really nice tool that we have is something called our average annual earnings disclosure. And what this tool does, it shows you what the average monthly commission is at the different ranks of the company. And this is, whenever I sit down and show someone this business or talk to someone about it, this is one of the things that always comes out. And the first, one we're going to talk about here is the rank of Pro 3. And if you look at the average monthly commission at Pro 3, it's $626. If you look at reality, look at today, what's going on, just think if you had your job eliminated, or even if you didn't have your job eliminated, another $600 coming in from the work that you did before. I mean, man, that's huge. It could be car payments. It could be, it could be phone, cell phone bills. It could be groceries. So many different things that developing another income stream in your life is really, really cool, because, it just basically gives you options. In case income A, something happens to it, you've got a backup plan and something that'll really, really help your family. The next rank that's highlighted is Premier Pro 5. Pro 5, the average Pro 5 is a little over $3,000 a month, $3,107. The average, and also it shows, the average months it takes to accomplish that in the company. Really cool to be able to develop something like that. If you look at what the national median household income is about $78,000 in the United States. Okay, and the next rank we talk about, which is Elite Pro 7, you're well above that, and that's median household income. So that's everybody combined. So it's just amazing to be able to develop a business like that is a leveraged base, income distribution model that is something that could come in as you've developed it, and it keeps recurring each month as you develop it. Okay, when you look at a business opportunity, there's some really, really huge things with ours that really pops out that I'm gonna share with you. This is the Peter Drucker S-curve, and if you look at where the dot is, that's where we're at now. It's right before what we call momentum and critical mass. At momentum and critical mass, that's when the company grows at over 80%, and it would be considered being like one of the first founders of Coca-Cola or Nike or many of these great companies before the product and the company is branded and people understand what the product does and a lot of the information about it. One of the really huge facts that stick out about that is the Direct Sales Association says that the first 135,000 distributors in a network marketing company is considered a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And it's because usually nobody finds out about it. It's usually, it's been around a while and it's gotten a lot of people and it's already hit that momentum phase and goes up into stability. The cool thing about this is we're probably around 90 to 100,000 distributors, and not just in the United States. I said if you put all the markets together in the world, we're still under the first 135,000. So if you're a new person tonight checking out this information for the first time, you hit the jackpot like we did, because you're in the front row, you're in the bottom, the very, very beginning of a company with a technology that is pioneering, this nutrigenomics, which is huge. When I found out about this, I was so excited. It was like, are you kidding me? Rather than pick up a pill of vitamin C, turn the genes on your body to make your own antioxidants, which are safer, more effective, and really where science is going, and we're one of the first technology companies doing this. It's really, really cool. And so timing is a really, really big part of this, and we're definitely in the ground floor of that. There's many different pay plans that we have tonight, but for limited on time tonight, I only have time to talk about one of them. So I'm going to talk about the Elite Pool, and this is a really, really neat pay plan, and it was designed very strategically in the very beginning of our company, because when I first got out of college, I was in another network marketing company, and it was frowned upon to work with other teams in that company. And so when the Elite Pool was designed with our company, it's Team LifeVantage. It's the whole company working together, because here's how it works. What the company does is they take 4% of total monthly global commissionable sales each month, and they put it into a pie, okay? Put it into a pie, and there's 4 slices of the pie. So the last slide when I talked about it, Elite Pro 7, when you get to that rank, Elite Pro 7, you start to share in this, what we call the Elite Pool bonus. And so what happens is the ranks of Pro 7, 8, 9, and 10 share in that first 1% of the 4% that the company put into the pool. The cool thing about that, when you really start to think about it, is all the work that Brenda's done all the work that I've done, all the work that all the distributors have done in the company from day one. When you hit Elite Pro 7, now you get the benefit from all the work that we did, and now you get a percentage of every product from everybody in every market in the world. Okay, so it's like, guess what? It's like kind of like the analogy where if you were one of the founders of Coca-Cola and you're one of the early guys like we are right now, and guess what? What if you got a nickel for every Coke sold in the world today because you were one of the first people? And it's kind of the analogy I use. So the elite pool is really cool, and so, but it gets better. Okay, the second slice of the pie, which is the second percent. Okay, so there's first 1% in the first slice, 2% in the second slice. When you get to be a Pro 8, so that Pro 8s, 9s, and 10s share in the second percent. So now they're getting 2 slices of the pie. When you get to be a Pro 9, you get 3%, three different bonuses, and Pro 10s get a share for themselves, which is another percent. So a really, really cool plan. So in other words, it's going to encourage all the distributors in the company to work together, because guess what? If Brenda becomes more successful, my Pro 7 check goes up too, because everybody wins. Okay, so it was really designed really intelligently, and it's a really cool plan I like to talk about. Okay, enrollment packs to get started. We always talk about the starter pack. The starter pack is $50. You can become a distributor with that, but you're not commissionable. You have to purchase product with that. So if you really want to start your business off successful, I would look at one of the packs. And there's 3 different packs. There's the silver pack, the gold pack, and the platinum pack. The best decision to get would be the platinum pack. When I got involved, I got the biggest pack available, and for several reasons. I mean, we're in business with a really, really good friend of ours who's one of the top earners in the company, named Carrie Dickey. And Carrie always says, if you're going to open a liquor store, make sure there's more than a 6-pack of Bud in the fridge, okay? And it kind of applies to this as well, because here's what's going to happen. When you get involved in your business, you are going to want all the products, okay? So you're going to want to experience and try them all, and experience them is great, because then you can tell other people about them, okay? You're going to get all the products with the platinum pack, and you're going to get multiple products. So you're going to have, plenty for samples, plenty for your family, plenty for yourself. And so it is really the smartest way and the fastest way to get your business started. You can start with some of the other packs, but the best decision is a platinum pack. Can I do this? Okay. If you're coachable, if you're teachable, if you have a desire to feel better, to perform better, to be healthier, on the product side, if you are interested in another income stream like that financial safety net, like I developed with my business, absolutely. And the other part of this that is really comforting is because a lot of people get into network marketing or get into this company. It's like, hey, I've never done this before. I'm a little apprehensive, a little scared on, how to do it. The cool thing is we have an amazing system. We have corporate help. We have global customer support. We have an easy to follow ITT system. We have regular meetings. And now since the pandemic has happened, I mean, the majority of the meetings have been on Zoom and online like this. So how cool is that? You could be in your own house, and a lot of times webinars are recorded. So if you miss it, you can see the rebroadcast or forward it on. So we have regular corporate events and training. We have incentives and perks, and also your private support community. But you know what? Like I mentioned, talking about the elite pool, this company, the culture of this company is very, very different from a lot of companies out there, because there's the willingness to help from across lines. I mean, I work with different teams all the time, and they work with me, and it's like we're not on the same team, but guess what? Brenda and I are teaming up tonight. We're not on the same team. We're cousins on sideline, but you know what? That's the way this works, and that makes the culture of this company really, really inviting, and it helps people feel at home and find a place that they can build and build a future for their family. One really, really cool thing too is if you're blessed, it's cool to give back. And this company really is fantastic at that. The picture with the guy in the red shirt there, I think that's Brandon Cunningham. We build homes in Mexico. for people, for underprivileged people. We do all kinds of cool things. The company contributes to a lot of charities and they give back. And so it says a lot about them that their heart's in the right place. And so if you're at this point in the presentation, you're thinking, okay, where do I go from here? If you need more information, I would really highly suggest get back to the person who invited you on tonight, set up a time with them and say, I have some questions that I'd like answered from you. And so option number one, you can be a customer. If you saw, like Brenda explained so eloquently, our products are off the charts with what they do. They're cutting edge science, they're backed with science, they're backed with peer reviewed studies. So some people look at this and they say, well, you know what? I'm not interested in the business, but man, I want to feel better. I want to perform better. I definitely want to try the products. Or you could be like Brenda and I and say, guess what? There's a lot of people out there that they would like to make more money and maybe have a better life for our family and have the products and the business. So get together with the person that invited you, and they can and just talk to them about what the different options are and get your questions answered. And I just want to say thanks for spending an evening with us. And Brenda, if you want to chime in to say anything at the end here.
No, I just want to say, I hope that everyone, again, thank you everyone for your time this evening. We really appreciate the fact that you hopped on. We hope that you got a lot of value from it. John, it's always a pleasure to do these with you. You just bring such a depth of expertise from a business perspective, and I really appreciate you. So thanks everyone, and please do get back with the person that invited you tonight and give them your feedback. They'd really appreciate that. Have a good night, everyone.
Appreciate you, Brenda. Great job.
Good job, John. Bye, everyone.
Have a good night.